Good morning. This is Pierre Laguerre here, your daily motivator, here to challenge, inspire, and motivate you on this beautiful morning. And, it's episode 416. And today we're talking about the difference between part-time versus full-time. And this is an important subject because when you think about it, everybody wants to start a side business. Nothing wrong with starting a side business. And of course, you understand that if you want to dabble and put your feet in the water and test it and see exactly how it feels, it is important that you test things first. Nobody wants you to step out of your full-time job and jump out into hot waters, or for that matter, jump in the water and drown. Absolutely not. But there's something to be said about those that have chosen to go full-time into their business. And what you're going to see with me in this episode is that when we look at folks that have gone full-time, we see them as the ones that dominate their market. They have the greatest opportunity to dominate. Why? Because number one, when it comes to their vision, it's focus. They know exactly what they want, and that's what they're going after. So I want to talk to you. If you're a business person, you've failed at getting your marketing and sales going and customer fulfillment, this is absolutely for you, because at the end of the day, what I want you to recognize is this. As you've been focused on getting more sales with your product, and as you've been focused on how to get your business off the ground, understand there is a slew of people that are still stuck on the part-time gig. And you know what? This is the lie. The lie is, if I can make just an extra $300 a month, I'll be great. Things will be good. But in reality, I don't care what you've been told by your network marketing team or other companies in direct sales. If you're not willing to consider stepping out full-time, you are kidding yourself. And of course, I can talk from this level because I am running my own business full-time, doing coaching, marketing, and other key areas of marketing and sales for my clients. And the point here is this. As much as you want to test the waters, there's going to come a time to burn the ships. There's going to come a time to let go, cut the rope, the umbilical cord, let it go and step out and go out into the deep. And this is important because a lot of people want to test. But at some point, you got to decide that you're going full time. And this is the key. If you're already full time, this applies to you as well. You've got to sit down, for example, and understand marketing is the way for you to attract more people. If you want more sales, you have to do more marketing. It's that simple. But we'll delve more into it, especially in upcoming episodes. Because what happens, some people would have you believe, if I can make an extra $300, an extra $1,000 a month, let us back up here. How much time do you think it takes to generate that extra money? How much time do you have to schedule time with people? Now, keep in mind, when we all think about side business, we're thinking of something that we're going to do that's not going to waste our time, meaning that it's going to just take care of itself. But what you have to understand is this. You have to go in business for yourself first to understand, as I spoke about 2 episodes back, how to deal with things so that you can delegate, eliminate, automate, and ultimately leverage your time. You want to leverage your time by starting a side business, but in reality, that side business is going to cost you a lot more time than you may have right now. And yes, people have succeeded in starting the side business and eventually establishing something. But understand with me, they ultimately had to go full time to take advantage of what the business brought to them. And, let me ask you this. All the guys that you see talking about, let's try this, let's do a little bit, especially in network marketing, and I can talk about that because I was involved in network marketing. Eventually, you're going to come to a point, if you want to succeed, you're going to have to go full time. Whatever the side business is, whether you're putting up websites for folks, you're doing marketing for them, whatever it is, eventually you're going to have to step forward and decide to go full time. What are some of the benefits of going full time? Well, there's nothing like being committed. And I'll tell you a story. When I went full time in my business, I got a good buddy of mine I've interviewed him on this podcast as well. I think it's back episode 350. And he was like, Pierre, I would have never followed you into this world unless you were going full time. If you were not going full time, in other words, I would have never followed you. And he and I, we talked about things when I had a full-time job, and we talked about what was possible. But once he saw that I was going full time, and that was the manner in which I was taking care of my family, and I had trusted the process, he had no problem jumping on board with me and saying, okay, great, show me. And once I showed him the back end and exactly how things were working, he was like, okay, great, I'm with you. And of course, he's full-time into business as well. So as a strategic partner, we do some stuff together. But what I want to tell you is this: because I went full-time in what I was doing, it helped him to make some decisions. And so many times, here's the real key here. You can't look back. You see, once you decide you're going to do something, and now I'm talking to you as the daily motivator, not just bringing you data, you can't look back. You've got to decide, this is the direction, I'm going to walk that way. Will you make mistakes? Absolutely. We all make mistakes as we're building businesses. Come on now. If you have any children, you know you've made mistakes in the way you've raised them. But thank God we can all turn around and change some of the things we did and some of the things we said. Hopefully catch it way before time, before it becomes a real issue for them. Same thing in your business. As you're going full time, understand there's going to be a lot to learn. Your job is to find a group. Your job is to find the accountability. Your job is to find mentors, people that are already engaged full-time in their business, that are getting results. You want to find people that are already going up the mountain, that have gone ahead of you, and that can tell you, hey, I've passed through this world already. Hey, I've navigated through this path already. Here are some of the issues that exist along this path. Here's what works. Here's what does not work. And this is important because if you don't do that, you are kidding yourself. If you don't find other folks, because you know what? In full-time business, there's going to be time when things get hard. There's going to be times when it doesn't work the way it usually works for you. And you're going to ask yourself, how come it's not working? What's going on? Well, you need to be in the know. You need to find out from others what's working for them, what's not working for them. Sometimes also you need personal coaching. You need somebody to hold you accountable. Accountable to what? Accountable to your goals. See, the whole point about accountability is, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to create. And this is why it's important sometimes to find mastermind groups. But make sure that whatever mastermind groups you find, whatever coaching you find, that number one, those are people you can trust. Number two, those are people that are leading the way. They're doing what it is you want to do. They're having results. They can show proof. If it's a coach, they've coached other people before. And if it's the first time they're coaching, be aware and be leery. You want to make sure that these people can produce results for you. So don't just jump in blindly with anything. Go in, but do your due diligence. And this is important because this is about business. When I worked in sales, every time I went to a client, even though the client liked me and my product, he was like, yep, I'm also looking at your competitor number 2 and your competitor number 3. Why was that? Because they were doing their due diligence. But again, today, I hope I've helped you to understand the difference between part-time and full-time. And there's a whole lot more where that came from, because for those of you who may be operating something part-time and it's generating an income for you, I don't want you to think that I've slighted you in this. I want you to understand that there's a big difference between staying part-time and going full-time. Because once you choose to go full-time, you've engaged. And really, you've made a decision that most other people will not make. And the decision you've made is to own a small business and to put yourself in line to earn unlimited amount of income. Like I said yesterday, the difference between a job and a business is that a business will allow you to have unlimited amount of income. So this is Pierre Laguerre, your daily motivator. I hope I've challenged, inspired, and motivated you today to look to how to go full time into whatever business you're doing. I will catch you on the next episode. Have a great day.